Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Journeyhotline, a series of interviews conducted by the Gavel Club of University of Colombo, where great minds think out loud. I am Tishani Baligamage, and today we are going to be in conversation with a group of inspirational and passionate individuals. Our guests today are a significant part of the Gavel Club of the University of Colombo, having set the bar high for all the other Gaveliers to come. And today, they will be sharing the ups and downs they experienced as the leading members of the Gavel Club during the past year as they tirelessly steered the club for its peak. So, without further ado, please let me introduce to you the driving force of the Gavel Club of UOC. Hi, everyone. How have you been doing?
Hi, Tishani. Thank you for having us on
Hello.
board.
Yes, so we are indeed so honored and humbled to have you on board today. And I think this was one of the episodes that all the Gaveliers were very looking forward to. So let's start the conversation. First things first, I would love to know what you guys love about the art of public speaking. So let us know your thoughts on that. Maybe we can start with Dasita. What are your thoughts on that?
So when it comes to public speaking, I believe like when I first started public speaking was when I was in grade 12. I just went to a debating tournament without any experience, and I really messed it up. I went to the tournament. I couldn't speak anything. I just stood up and like couldn't speak out anything. So after that time, after that utter humiliation, I thought of public speaking as a skill that every individual should possess. So after that specific incident, I managed to apply myself in most of the situations that I could. And I ended up in here as the president of the Gavel Club for the last year. Yes, that I think was the pinnacle of my story.
Amazing. That's exactly what we call learning from the challenges. Alok, what do you have to say about the art of public speaking?
Well, I believe that it's something which is very important for everyone to have because anywhere you go in real life, you need to be able to speak to someone else and prove your point, and for that, public speaking is really important. And I think everyone here has a pivotal point in their life which made them realize the importance of it, and I do believe that it has helped us come a long way.
Exactly. Tharindi?
Yeah, so I believe that public speaking is not something that just comes with being fluent in a language. Even if you're fluent in that language, public speaking is sort of a skill that you need to master. So that's what I gained by joining Gavel. And I used to be a person who used to sweat a lot and get really nervous when I get up on stage to speak. But after joining Gavel, I learned that it's actually public speaking is something fun. And winning, I was able to go to a step that I was able to win a competition of public speaking. So I think that it's something that every one of us needs to master. And that's what we've been doing in Gavel. And I'm really proud of that.
Exactly. So you all have can proudly say that you all have made a significant impact on the budding Gaveliers, or rather the budding public speakers of the young generation. So moving on to your thoughts, Malmi, what do you think of the art of public speaking?
So I think exactly art of public speaking is something that we all should practice. And the first step is really hard. And when we are into it, when we practice it, I think that is the only way that we can improve public speaking. So just like everyone said so far, I too struggled in the very beginning to talk in English. And especially when it comes to impromptu speech, I a bit struggled. But when after I joined Gavel, I think that really helped me to overcome that thing. So yes, public speaking is art.
Thank you, Malmi. So moving on to Sasirindu, what's your idea on this?
Yeah, Tishtani. So, yeah, I believe public speaking is mostly like sharing stories. I love stories and I always wanted to share stories, but just like Dasita Tarindri said, we get stuck sometimes. So after joining Gavel, it's been 3.5 years for me now, being the oldest guy here. So I went through a big journey. I've participated in competitions. So it's all about expressing yourself. And yeah, for me, that's public speaking.
Amazing. So, Tenuka, what do you have to say about this?
As a person, I thought maybe now I'm supposed to be a CS undergraduate. So by definition, what I do is coding and stuff. But then I realized no matter whatever field that you go into, public speaking comes to place. Now, thanks to Gavel, I noticed that public speaking is not just going up on a stage and telling the words whatever you want. You need to know how to put it and when to put it. So thanks to Gavel, I have been able to even score great when it comes to presentations at coding competitions, because in my sort of fields, most people, they do whatever is in the industry and they cannot pitch their idea perfectly, the product that they put in front of an audience. Thanks to the journey that I got from Gavel and how I got to know how it should be shared, that helped me win prizes in many of the competitions. That is not just public speaking, related to computer science and other stuff too.
Exactly. So, as you very correctly pointed out, public speaking, no matter whatever the career that you pursue, public speaking is a very important skill that everybody should learn. So, Ganeshni, what do you think about the art of public speaking?
So I was a person who considered speaking in front of people as a massive hurdle. I would never bring myself up to stand in a stage to do a presentation. It would sound like a big thing for me, and throughout my school days, I haven't done a lot of stage anything to do on stage because I had a very bad stage fright. And so for that reason, like let alone public speaking, anything to do with presenting myself in front of people sounded like a big thing for me. So that I think that is not the way that you should see public speaking. It's a really difficult thing to change from inside of you. But I think we should, when you change your perspective, if you see it some as an expression, as a projection of yourself, instead of seeing as some like an obstacle, I think you'll start seeing a change in the way you carry yourself out in front of people. So that's what I think about public speaking.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your thoughts about the art of public speaking. Indeed, we can see that public speaking has had a true influence on all of your lives. So moving on to the next segment of the day. Now, shall we take a short trip down the memory lane? So please enlighten our viewers with a memorable experience in your public speaking journey that will be engraved in your hearts forever. So why not we start with our very own president, Dasita? What do you think?
So this actually happened before I joined the Gavel Club of University of Colombo. Before I joined the Gavel Club, I was a part of a Toastmasters club, and in that club, I was really nervous to speak out in front of other people. So I didn't do any speeches for, as I can remember, about 6 months. And one day, a mutual friend of mine, him and I was talking, and he just told me that today will be the day that you'll be doing your first table topic. He just straight up came to me and said that. So that actually was the day that I did my first table topic. Like when it came to the table topic session, I was really nervous because, as most of you guys know, table topic is one of the hardest thing to do because it's impromptu. So he just came, seeing me really nervous. He just went to the front. My mutual friend went to the front, did the speech, and on his way back, he told me just to go to the front and do the speech. So that's how I did my first table topic. And that was a turning point for my public speaking journey, as I believe.
Thank you, Dasita, for sharing that with us. So let's move on to hear the thoughts of Malmi. So let us know one of your memorable experiences in your public speaking journey that will be engraved in your hearts forever.
So when talking about um, my memories in public speaking, so the memory goes back to 2019 where I joined Gavel, and I remember the way I see the seniors, they're doing speeches, and I really wondered how they do it. So CC one speech of me kind of a memorable point in my public speaking journey. So then I joined oration. So I competed in oration. So oration is also a kind of a significant step in my public speaking journey. So when it's starting this, so I attend. So I did prepared speeches and I completed up to CC5, CC6, sorry. So all these prepared speeches and impromptu speeches that I did is kind of give me kind of a memorable point of my public speaking journey.
Thank you, Malmi. Alok, what do you like to share with us?
For me, I have two moments. The first one, I think, is quite similar to Malmi, where it was my CC1 speech, which I did in 2019. I think that was quite memorable because I wasn't aware of this culture that you have in Gavel, where once you complete your CC1, you get a standing ovation. So I did my CC1 and I went and sat down. And to my surprise, everybody stood up and started like applauding my speech. I was like, what's going on? So I think that was quite memorable. And the second thing, which I find is very memorable, are the last three events which we did as an exco, which is Speak Out, CC June, and Journey Hotline. I think those were a tremendous success because I think each of those projects hit their goals. Where CC June, I think we had about 30 CC speeches. Speak Out, we had record number of participants, and of course, Journey Hotline, we managed to get a bunch of very key individuals to come on the show. So I think those were very memorable moments that I had in the Gavel Club.
Thank you, Alok, for sharing your thoughts. So let's next move on to Tharindi. So let us know of one of your memorable experiences in your public speaking journey that will be engraved in your heart.
The most memorable experience is becoming the champion of Illuminate last year, which was organized by the Gavel Club of Sri Jalandhar University. It was the first time of my life winning a public speaking contest. And when applying, I did not actually imagine that I would be able to win. It was my goal to just enter the finals, but actually I was able to become the champion, and that's something that I'm forever thankful to Gavel for, because if not Gavel, I would not have been able to achieve such a thing, and that's something that's very memorable to me.
All right. I think Gavel has laid the foundation for many achievements, especially in terms of public speaking career for a lot of people. So with that, let's move on to hear the thoughts of Sasinampu. What would you like to share?
Yeah, so when even as I said before, when I first started speaking, it took me 8 months to first go out and speak in front of everyone in the Gavel. But when I started expressing myself, it led me to a different areas, such as transcend. I think transcend was one of the greatest moments in my Gavel life, and I met all of these people. Actually, to be honest, all of these people, I worked with all of them in transcend. So it was a highlight, tip of the iceberg in my public speaking journey in Gavel Club of University of Colombo.
Thank you, Sasinampu. Moving on to Thenuka.
My best experience in public speaking was actually my first meeting. There, although I've seen how people speak, I was taken back and amazed by one of the CCs there. It was Gavilia Amra, I think, who spoke on a poem, Baba Black Sheep, and the hidden meaning of that. I was amazed. I mean, people are speaking about these kind of small topics, but speaking for around 7 minutes. Then I thought maybe I should also do it. I could take some little unknown fact and I carried on with my CC1, CC2s, and another CC. I thought maybe I have done on subjects of mathematics. Maybe there's a chance if I could speak on the deep concepts of mathematics in a fun manner so that everyone could learn it. So that's how I did my CC fourth page. So I was really amazed that how people asking questions about it was on something called NP problems. People were asking how it goes on. I think that's one of the memorable parts of public speaking for me.
Okay, Tanika. So moving on to Ganeshini.
So the most memorable moment for me is oration. So that's the first contest through which I got to know of this club, and I joined this club. To be honest, I wasn't even in Gavel club when I thought of applying for oration. So that is what brought me in. But then our spending, I mean, like every day here in Gavel club, it's actually kind of memorable because I got to learn at least something new to being with these people. So each one of them are like from them. I learned a lot from every single one of them. So I'd say the entire term here was pretty memorable, to be honest.
Thank you, Ganeshni. So I'm sure that all of you have not only one memorable experience, so much of, amazing memories bundled in the last year when it comes to your Gavel experience collectively. So with that, let's move on to the next question of the interview. So I'll first direct this to Dasita. The question is, Gavel is not just a club and Gavel never stops are famous phrases associated with the Gavel Club of UOC. What are your thoughts about these sayings?
So I'll start with Gavel is a family. So I'll get a specific example. There was an event called GavelCon, which was held this year in January, as I can remember. So in that, we went to a hotel and it was held as a conference in a hotel. And it was a 2-day conference. We had to find accommodation. So we went to Malmi, our VP membership's place. And to go to Malmi's place, there was only one vehicle. And in that one vehicle, there were 10 people. And the vehicle was not a big van or something like that. It was just a small van, a really small van with only 4 people, where only 4 people can ride it. So 10 people was in that van. And we went from Panadura to Vadua in that van. And the funniest thing was the van's brakes wasn't working very well because there were the weight of 10 people. So talking about the first quote that you said, yes, I believe that Gavel is a family, and this incident might prove that. And also, Gavel never stops. I can relate this same incident as well, because we never stop. We won't let anyone stay. We are just gonna take everyone, and we won't ever stop.
Exactly. So while you were recalling that wonderful memory, I could see the smiles of everyone here. So I mean, on all the faces, I could see the smiles. So I'm sure this is like a very important memory that's ingrained in their hearts. So yes, with that, let's move on to Aloka. So how do you rephrase this? How do you phrase this? Gavel is not just a club, and that Gavel never stops.
If I do answer both of those quotes, I just need to add some things to what Dasita said. So Dasita, I think we need to thank Anusit for the van because it's his generosity that made sure that we got from one location to another alive, not safe, but alive. So thank you, Anusit, for that. But speaking of...
Well, okay.
Yeah, sorry?
We should have some bloopers.
We'll have it. For the kingdom, the bloopers will come, bro. Hold on. But Let me get to the quote which you said, Gavel is a family. I will paraphrase the current president, which is Susara Auchitra. He said that the moment he knew that Gavel was the place for him was, I think, the last year or this year, I'm not sure. He got infected with the coronavirus, and we all got together and took a Zoom call. He was away in a quarantine camp, and we all got together and took a Zoom call, and we spoke to him. No other club had done that, but we all got together because we genuinely cared about him and we wanted to know how he was. So we spoke to him, we checked out on how he was, and I think that, according to him, was what made him know that Gavel was the place for him. So I think that is a prime example of why we say Gavel is a family, because we truly, I think, everyone in this call, the people you see and the people you don't, every one of us know each other more than in a official aspect. It's truly who we are because we have bonded so close. As for Gavel Never Stops, if you take the club where it was when it started and to the standards we have come now, where we have one of the grandest events ever, we are excelling in every format which is available. I think we have decimated any boundaries set by anyone and we have crashed through. So I think that is a sound example of why we say Gavel Never Stops.
Thank you, Alex. So I think from the words that you spoke of, we could really understand the unity and the bond that Gavel has tried to inculcate. And not only that, why Gavel never stops exactly. So moving on to Tharindi, so how would you like to answer this?
Yeah, so just adding to what Dasita and Aloka said, whatever we do inside Gavel and outside, we do as a family. We have gone on so many outings, and they're not just outings, and we make sure that everyone is included. And we like, I think it was last year when we went to our former VP Education's place where we had so much fun. Everyone was there. It was really, we felt like family. It was like actually Gavel is like a second family to us. And also when we went to Malmi's place this year, it's all really memorable, and I don't think we could get a family like this from any other club, and that's what this is. That's why this is special. So if I speak about why Gavel never stops, I think the best example is the current situation. When we got the when we got over this, when we received the executive committee, the controls of the executive committee last year, things were really falling out of place due to the pandemic, and we never thought that we would be the first executive committee to carry on the Gavel Club during a pandemic, and we could only have three physical meetings. Every other event and every other meeting was held online, but still we were able to bring the club to a place that it has never been before. And I think that is the best example for Gavel Never Stops.
Thank you, Tharindi. So indeed, despite the hardships that you guys have faced, I think you have definitely proven, even amid these challenges, how one can be unstoppable, as to confirm why Gavel never stops. Malmi, what do you like to say about Gavel is not just a club and that Gavel never stops?
So I think I don't have much to add because Dasita, Tharindi and Aloka told most of the things. So Gavel is exactly a family to me because I'm working with this group for like 1.5 years. So throughout this time, I think we know each other very well, and also we have respected each other. So if there is anything like if I need help, so this family helped me a lot. So when talking about the incidents where I felt this is my family, so exactly Gavel Khan is one incident where most of the people in this exco came to my place. So even in that night, I think you all agree with me. We felt that we are a family. So moving on that, we organized Gavel Urdu, and then we did Enliven. So we did a lot of um, uh, competitions and programs. So most of, I think each and every competition and program became a success, because I think the reason behind that is we always stayed as a family. So if we have like any fights between us, or if we have any problems between us, I think we couldn't do that. So we couldn't achieve that success also. So yes, Gavel is a family to me. And also when talking about why Gavel, why we call it like Gavel is never stop, I think we as a bunch faced a lot of challenges throughout our period. So we really couldn't do our installation at the very beginning. We faced a lot of hardships and challenges, but most of the things happened online. Even the plenty session happened online. But although there are a lot of challenges, we stayed as one family. So this family and Gavel never stops, kind of a combination. They both combined.
Thank you, Malvi. So let's move on to sustainable.
Yeah, so I'm not going to talk about the Gavel never stops thing, because, as everybody said, we achieved more than we expected throughout this year during the pandemic and everything. So, yeah, there's evidence for it. But when it comes to the family, as Tarindi and Malmi said, actually we've been to all of these people's places: Dasitas, Alokas, Malmis. We missed Tarindi, Ganeshini, and Tenuka's places that we are planning to go as soon as this curfew ends. They are waiting for us. And actually, I'll tell a small thing, something that happened recently. The 7 of us, we got together for a lunch at Cinnamon Grand, and we stayed for the evening around a table talking about all the things in the world. We knew each, like Malmi said, we knew each other's everything. At the latter part, until like 5:30, we started missing each other. That will something like that would happen again. Things like that. There are lots of stories, and we didn't want to leave, but I really started missing this bunch. So yeah, that's the most recent thing that I can come up with when it comes to this family thing. And I think when I mentioned that, all of you might feel the same thing, right? The stories, the times, and everything. And yeah.
Exactly. So with that, I think Gavel is not just a club, is very correctly proven with everything that you guys said. Moving on to Tenuka, how would you like to address that?
For the fact of Gavel is a family, well, when I got appointed for the executive committee to describe about these other 6 people, I knew only 2 of them. I barely knew one, and I low-key didn't like one person. So, but after some time, less than 3 months, this bunch of people became my family. Now, even in the WhatsApp group, in groups, there are certain limitations to what you can put, no matter how much friends are. Well, I don't think if we ask people like Ganeshini, Dasita, the arguments we have, if we had with another person, we would certainly be blocked. You're open for that. You're open for anything. You can put anything on those groups. That is the type of family we have. And moving on to Gavel never stops. Now we had, as mentioned, we had 3 physical meetings. During the second one, when we were just crossing, I think it was me, Malmi, and Tarindi, we were just having a casual conversation. There's Aurudu coming up. Can we have a Aurudu meeting? Should we have a Aurudu meeting, maybe at someone's place? By that spark, we managed to have a Aurudu meeting physically at Uni with almost 60 people with food and everything. I think that is a great way to describe how Gavel will never stop. I don't think any other UOC club could have arranged an Urdu meeting during this pandemic with all the health restrictions. Even for the restrictions, I remember the last minute, me and Tarindi, we went to a supermarket, got a bunch of paper towels and sanitizer bottles, everything. So as said, Gavel never stops and Gavel will never stop.
Thank you, Tenuka. Ganeshini.
So, Gavel is a family. So, this phrase would not have made much sense if you would have asked me at the very beginning of when I came into Expo, because, like, as Tenuka said, I didn't know anyone here, and all of them are what I would think like a bunch of seniors, and I was so new to this group of people. But then it changed like really quickly, like to get to know like all these people within such like it just took less than a year. Like we got to know each other so soon because because of all the things that we did together, because of all the the work that the deadlines that we set ourselves, the challenges that we gave to ourselves to bring this club to where it is right now. So that actually brought us together, and that's the reason why I think this club is actually a family, and not just within us, it's also beyond the exco, because it's not the exco, like we don't consider ourselves like that. It's the entire club is what we consider as a family. So in that case, I'd say I got to know all of my, I mean, like most of my batchmate through this club, through mainly I would say through oration, but through through being in this club. So even more than I think maybe the group chats that we have as a subject, students. Say I'm a biology student, so we have group chats for that. But then more than that, I think this is what brought me out like to so many people, because one thing is because of the language barrier. I'll be honest, I'm not very fluent in Sinhala, so because of that I had to rely on some English base to communicate. So in that manner, I think this actually brought me into a big family. The next thing, Gavel never stops. So that has been around for a long time, and like whatever the circumstances, the club will continue growing. So it has so far, and I think in the term that just passed, I think it grew in a really great, really big rate. So that's what I would say for that.
Thank you so much, Ganeshni. All right, guys, since you've been answering some serious questions, let's lighten the mood a little and have a fun game. The game is Never Have I Ever. So this is a game of honesty. You have to say if you have or have not done whatever that comes up. So when I phrase when I ask you the particular question, if you have done it, then you have to put a thumbs up. If not, if you have never done it, it's going to be a thumbs down. So I hope you all are ready. So get ready to hear some exciting questions, and let's see what the Exco has done and has not done. I'm sure the Gavaliers and everybody who's watching will be so interested to find out about the Exco. So until the Exco warms up, just a kind reminder to all those who are watching, if you haven't clicked the subscribe button, please do, to be updated with our upcoming videos. Don't forget to like and share. So without further ado, let's get on to the game. Are you guys ready?
I feel that this is going to end very badly for some of us.
Let's find out. Let's find out. It's a surprise. Okay, so I hope that you guys are ready. So as I said before, if you have done it, thumbs up. If you have not, thumbs down. The first one, never have I ever broken a bone. Okay, so it seems that Aloka, Dasip, and Ganeshni have had broken bones. Moving on
The
to the
violent
second.
people.
Maybe you can let us know how it became violent and how you guys got your bones broken. Aloka, would you like to share?
Oh yeah, totally. Like the world should know how much of a badass I am. So here's what happened. Like when I was younger, I used to do a sport called judo, uh, and I thought I was pretty good until I went to a competition where I painfully got to know that I wasn't as good as I thought, because my opponent single-handedly, I should add, lifted me up and smashed me on the ground so hard that my collarbone cracked. And yeah, from that day onwards, I was like, yeah, maybe I should take it easy. So I mean, that's one of the bones I broke. I like, but yeah,
Yeah, so I
not fun
understand that
times.
there might have been other times you broke bones as well. So if we were to share that, yeah, so we could understand how violent it could have been.
It's all related to judo. It's not. I don't think anybody does the sport and survive without some broken bones. So yeah.
Yeah, true. So let's move on with that. Let's move on to the second one. Never have I ever had a crush on one of my friend's siblings. Here's an interesting one. Never have I ever had a crush on one of my friend's siblings. I think Alok is still figuring out. Tenuka is still remembering. So Tenuka, what's your answer? Yeah, I think it took some time for Tenuka to, recall it.
Can we take the Tenuka's crush scene?
You should ask the story.
I don't think.
A few moments later.
Okay, so since Tenuka said yes, I think there's an interesting story to be heard. So Tenuka, would you like to share about it?
Well, I don't think it's that much of a big deal to have a crush on your friend's sister or something, because the friend was actually it was a girlfriend, so she wasn't that good, but her little sister was. That's pretty much it.
Yes, I'm pretty sure if the if this person that you're referring to, if she is watching the show, I think yes, then she would definitely recognize you, I'm sure. So with that, let's move on to the next question that we have for the day. Never have I ever laughed so hard I spit out my drink. Never have I ever laughed so hard I spit out my drink. Okay. So since most of you have laughed so hard, I think that's a pretty easy one. So the next one is a funny one. Never have I ever peed in a pool. Never have I ever peed in a pool. Okay, so
I'm not ashamed.
Yes,
I own up to it.
most of you guys. So next time when you go on.
Next time, check the pool before you get it.
There were some people who went together, I think, for some trip.
I
But Tenuka, that was not the question.
We are not one of them.
Yeah,
Tenuka, don't. Wait. What do you mean you weren't one of the assassins? You were there.
I was not there at should I mention the place?
It was Winrich. Yeah.
Oh,
Winrich.
Shit. Sorry, can we say that word?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I thought it was Aisa.
So Sasnidhi, you'll be changing your response.
Oh yeah, I have to.
Okay, so I think next time when you guys go on your next trip, if that's a hotel with a pool, then you guys have to be there. So do you guys want to maybe share more about that particular trip? How about yes, Alaka?
But about Winrich, yeah, I think that was the first time where I think all of us, like almost all of us, I remember Tarindi make an excuse with another certain individual to go somewhere, but everyone, Tenuka, yeah,
Tenuka hitting us at the last moment.
Yeah, Tenuka ditched us, but I think almost everyone else was there, and that was the first time that something like that was organized and carried out where like a lot of people came, and it was like so fun, and we enjoyed that day a lot. So I think that was a very fun day in addition to being in the pool. So yeah.
Yes. I think that was a very fun memory that Alaka brought out. I am sure that others want to add to it too. But never have I ever sent an inappropriate text to the wrong person. Never have I ever sent an inappropriate text to the wrong person. Aloka says yes, Malmu says yes, Sasindu says yes, Tenuka says yes, Ganesh also says yes, Dasika says yes, Tharindi no. Okay, so why not share some of the stories that you have got? Dasika, who did you send the text to and how was that experience?
The person I sent the text to is actually in this interview, and it was Alok. So it's actually better Alok than another person. So
It mentally scarred me seeing that. It literally scarred me mentally seeing that.
I'm trying to understand the level of brutality.
let's not talk about it.
Okay, did that happen recently?
Yeah, it happened like 2 weeks back. Like I messaged him for something official, and in return I get a photo. I can't see what the photo is, but just it's very explicit. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, Alok, I don't think you should reveal more information.
Yeah. No mutual destruction. Yeah.
Right. So we'll be stopping it right there, but why not listen to one of the other stories? Sasindu, who did you send the long text to, and how was that?
Well, mine was not that much of an explicit one. It's just, it was. I don't know. I thought I was texting to my girlfriend, but actually I had sent the messages to someone else, another girl. So and and
I think
Are
that's
you
pretty
sure it's by
dangerous.
accident? Are you sure it's by accident?
yeah. She was a bestie, so she was at
Bestie.
the beginning she was okay, but then when things were like I didn't see. I no, you normally don't read the name, no, you just start texting, but that's what happened. It's not explicit or anything. Like after 10-20 messages, I stopped the thing. I realized that I'm sending to the wrong person based on the reaction. Yeah.
You sent
So
the
she
20
replied
messages.
accordingly.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Shall we move on to the next question, please?
Yeah, sure.
No photos, guaranteed.
Okay, so that was fun. Moving on to the next question. Never have I ever worn something I took out from my dirty laundry. Never have I ever worn something I took out from my dirty laundry.
A quick
For
fact:
Sasindu,
there is someone who just wore some kind of
Yeah,
thing to
In
there's
the
someone in
interview.
this meeting.
No.
Yeah, in this interview.
Ganeshini,
We are in it
you
right now.
revealed it yourself.
I would say that's a
Right
big
now.
misconception going on right now.
Okay.
This is not the same. This is another shirt. Don't worry.
All right. So everyone else, it's a yes for everyone else. Right.
Always.
Okay. So moving on. The next is never have I ever believed something was haunted. Never have I ever believed something was haunted. Maybe you can relate this to your childhood beliefs or whatever. Oh, Tharindi and Malmi, you have not, ever believed something was haunted. Ganeshini too, and Dasita too. Okay, so Tenuka, what did you think was haunted?
I don't know, because later I also found it actually haunted. Now there was this in our school. There was under our main hall. Our primary teachers got us, and if we do a serious wrong thing, they said they will punish us by keeping us inside under the stage. Now there was a passage also where they used to store all the props and all. Now when I was in grade 5, we had night practices for drama. So I went there, and one day they had decided not to have practices at hall, but at another place. But me and another person, we went to the hall out of curiosity. So there were workers who were working for something at the main hall, and they were, I don't know that thing. Let's not speak about it. They were doing anyway. Can we cut that part? I think
He sounds like he was molested or something.
I wasn't.
I can vouch. I can vouch for that. The incident, the place.
දන්නවනේ scene එක.
It's very haunted. I mean, our
Yeah.
school used to be a place that was used by police or somewhere for the to keep prisoners or something like that. Or I don't know. That's how it says the hostel, and so that area it is haunted. Even I have seen some of the things like in the period sessions at night and also
Yeah, we had to stop a
BSNL
teen
College
bar.
hostel and main hall is haunted. If this goes out, people might the
Oh my
people
God,
from
scary.
it's very famous, yeah. But
Call it.
when you go to the history, there it was being used as a place. So
So you still consider it to be haunted?
yeah, even in
Yeah.
our university.
Okay, so with that, I think we are marking the end of an entertaining session. So now that we are all hyped up, let's get going, shall we, to the rest of the questions. So I must say that you all have proven by being exemplary leaders, especially by impacting hundreds of lives with the projects you all have organized. So being visionary leaders yourselves, what were the biggest challenges that you all faced as a leader being a part of the expo? Maybe we can start with Dasika.
So being a leader is not easygoing. It takes some sacrifices. So one of the things that I learned being a leader is that you can't please everybody. There will be a set of people that doesn't like what you do, and there will be a set of people, a set of individuals who like say no to everything. But I realized as being a leader is that you can't really please everyone, and there are some decisions that you have to take in order like for the betterment of the club that would not play well with a set of people. So yes, so that is like one of the things that I gained as being in the leader of this exemplary club for the last year.
Thank you, Dasita. Aloka, what would you like to say about that?
For me, what I basically understood being in a leadership position is if you do have a commitment towards whatever you do, for example, if we take the projects we did, I think we came across a lot of obstacles, but I think we all managed to push through, and that commitment that you have and the ability to influence other people to help you out to make it successful, I think those are things you have to learn and experience while being in the leadership board. And I think we all had to go through something like that sooner or later when you were in the board.
True. Tarindi?
Like being handed over the position of Vice President Education of the Executive Committee was itself a challenge to me. The role came with its own set of challenges, and there were times that I had to make a lot of commitments, especially with my studies. So what I learned by being in this position is that if you, like Aluka said, if you have the commitment and dedication for the position, there's nothing that can go wrong. And also especially in a club like the Gavel Club, you have lots of people to help you, because especially Gavel Club is a family, not just a club. So, and also being in this position helped me influence a lot of people, inspire a lot of people, and that's the most important thing that I gained from being in this position, and that's something that I'm really happy about.
Thank you, Tarindi. So moving on to Malmi.
So being in Gavel and being a VP membership, I think something I learned from Gavel is communicating is really important, because sometimes it's just an emoji or a sticker, but we can like know the things of the people in Gavel, and also we can like communicate with them. We can know their stories, we can know their fears. So by knowing them, we can help them a lot. And also, apart from that, I think I learned organizing is really important thing. And I have seen when we organize something and after that, the feedback we get. So depending on that feedback, I think, so most of the time after we did Templanza or Enliven. I saw like we did a lot, we organized them, and after that, the happiness comes to our mind is something that we can treasure for our life. So I think organizing is kind of very important, and also communicating is really important.
Thank you, Malmi, for the thoughts that you shared. Moving on to Tenuka.
The best thing that I learned was that everything changes and you need to adapt for it. Now, when I got the news that I had been appointed the sergeant at arms, I thought, oh, great, it's about going throughout the campus, making sure you get the physical places set and looking after people, whether they are disturbing for the meeting like that. No, but thank God it didn't happen. Technically, I had to do nothing. I mean, for the online meetings, nothing for the educational meetings, sort of an ice bucket. But then I thought I'm a part of this exco. If I can't contribute in that, if I do not have a way of contributing, I should find other ways to contribute. So I thought, yes, maybe I could help them in a speech, maybe roles, maybe even designing the post, because we have a great, I would say, a single army, one-man army, Ganeshini, who makes almost all of our posts magically, but even she needed some help with that. Sometimes so I had to help, sort of that. So what I gained is now this, everything can change. Even if you plan, some of the things that we planned, we meticulously planned. All it took was just one tiny thing to change, and the whole, we had to improvise. So I learned a lot on how to adapt and how to improvise from this role.
Exactly. I think the adaptability is one of the key takeaways that one should learn, and Gavel has definitely given you that. So moving on to Sasinendu, what was your takeaways from your Gavel experience as a leader, and also what were the challenges that you faced?
Well, I would talk about something that happened, the leadership role that I took that actually led to my position in this exco, which was being the co-chair for Transcend. That was a challenging moment because it was, we are famous for a public speaking club, but Transcend is actually an event that focuses more on a different area. So that was challenging, but like everyone said, Gavel is a family, so everyone gets involved and everyone helps. And I can also that all of these people were there, and they have a lot to get Transit one of the best events in the Gavel Club. And yeah, so that leadership and that different experience was a challenge for me in the Gavel Club as a leader. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Sasinendu. Ganeshini?
For me, being a leader is having a vision. That's all. The rest will follow. So if you are very strong enough in what you believe, you have everything else coming, working out for you. So actually, for me, in for experience in leadership, I've seen people who have been established as great leaders through this club throughout the past year. So as one of the people that who I've seen establish themselves so well as a leader is as mentioned before, we have someone Susara, who is the current president of the Gavel Club. So I've never seen such organization, such dedication towards something. So actually, that dedication is what brought him the team to work, brought him a team that works so keenly on speak out, and created a success. So it's not just Susara, but also I've seen in other chairs like Enliven, who chaired the Enliven, and also other events like even Journey Hotline right now, CC June. So everything that every people who are behind it, every people who are responsible for such successes, like they only had vision and they only were determined towards it. It was not about power. It was just about being focused on what they really want to achieve.
Thank you, Ganeshni. So from everything that you guys said, what we can identify is that leadership is a true journey through which we learn a lot of, important learnings, and you have definitely garnered it. And challenges have definitely strengthened you and molded you, and that's why you're here today as better versions of yourself. So next up, we are ready for another interesting game. However, this game, I think the most fitting person to conduct this game would not be me. So I would like to cordially invite my fellow Gavalier, Anusip Helmala, to take up the spotlight and lead the next game. Anusip?
Okay, so to get this more hyped up, we have come up with another game round arrange. It's called Who is Who? So guys, we know that you all had a tight bond between yourself. So I'm sure that by now you might know each other like the back of your hands. We will do a little test, shall we? So I'll be asking questions beginning with who is, and you can tell us who matches the question perfectly. I hope you are ready. Until the expo preps up, just a kind reminder to all those watching. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, please do to be updated with our upcoming videos. Don't forget to like and share. All right, now on to the game. First question. Who is the handsome guy and the pretty girl in the group?
I want Sasinidu.
Hello.
Sasinidu.
Why do you go to the guy first?
Lasita is waiting to someone points him out. No, not you, Macha. It's
Hello.
No, it's not me.
It's Sasinidu. Everybody.
The pretty girl?
The girl is a tough.
Raja, it's complicated, Raja.
If we answer that,
That's also Sasinidu.
if it's for the girl, then we will like, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, you choose me second. You choose who do you want.
Okay, I'll choose the handsome guy is Tenuka, and the pretty girl is Ganeshi. Oh, okay.
We second. Yes.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
since
second.
after this,
We don't want no problems. Sorry.
Yeah. Whatever Anusit says goes.
Okay. So the next one. Who is the best sportsman or woman, especially for cricket?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the best baller.
That's the best baller.
Madhu second.
I second it.
Malinga light.
Only Maling.
So okay, it's so the best sportsman is Lasita, and the
Sportswoman. Sportswoman is
Starindi. Tennis pro.
Yeah.
Starindi is tennis, yeah.
Tennis pro.
That's quite a story. Yeah.
He's very good at hitting those.
I still remember.
Yeah,
how do you hold the racket? Is it with the left hand or the right hand?
Okay. So the third one. Who is / are the one who initially agrees to an event or an outing but says no at the last moment?
It used to be someone else, but now
No, it's
It was Ganesh.
So why do we have this thing called Gane?
Right?
Can anyone
Gane effect because she was
Yeah, she started it, you are carrying it on now. So it's Ganesh now Tenuka.
Yeah, now they
I'll come for everything next. We'll see how Ganeshini comes up with excuses to stay at home to share memes.
Yeah.
I think they're good.
We'll see.
Okay.
So yeah, Tenuka. Direct answer Tenuka.
Final answer.
Final answer Tenuka.
Final answer. Tenuka.
Yeah.
The fourth question. Who is the one who delivers the best table topics?
Aloka.
Aloka.
Yeah. We all can agree on that.
Okay. I would say Tavin.
Oh, stopping some orders. No,
What is this?
Anyway, you're one Aloka. When is the last time Tarindi actually did a table talk?
Yeah,
That's what I'm going to do. I didn't do a table topic.
No, the problem with Tari is like
Since Illuminati, she didn't do a table topic.
yeah. Like she hit the peak and she became the winner. And I was like, you know what? I don't need any more speeches. Like people should pay me to do speeches now. I don't do it for free anymore.
Now I'm a public speaker, you know.
Motivational speaker.
I'm award winning public.
Award winning, yeah, tournament winning.
Okay. So fifth question: who has the most friendly attitude in the entire expo?
Malmi.
Yeah,
Did you have a question?
PP mom.
What's the question? Macha, come on. What the question?
You should also tell something.
Yeah.
I really don't have anything.
Say thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you for pointing me.
I'm blessed.
Okay. Sixth question: who is the person who delivers the best CCs?
That's it.
Ganeshini.
I would say Malvi.
Malvi CC1 was perfect.
Malmi, yeah. Okay.
And Tenuka CC2 at Viharamantiri was also big. So yeah, different situations. Different seasons.
Yeah. I think all three of them, Tenuka, Ganeshini, and Malvi.
Malvi.
Rasika is the most perfect. Let's not talk.
No, wait.
Like according to you three are the best.
Yeah.
We are not talking about him because he's that
We only
great.
see.
Yeah, like Dasita, everyone else.
That's it. Everyone else.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Maja, CC10, right? CC10, CC11.
CC10 he is.
I think CC11. I think.
I did the counts now.
Now Toastmasters level 1.
So we will have to give Malmi something as a vote because she's been the best person for like 2 or 3 questions consecutively. So we are moving on to the next one. Who is the most socially active one?
Obviously. You can literally go through his entire day in his Insta stories.
And also, when it comes to social interactions with people, there have been people from
Yeah, there are other people complaining also.
Yeah.
Some people.
Within the club, outside of the club.
Honestly, I think we should move on. No time, right? We are late, right?
So you can go on anything. Like we can.
Yeah, there was a candy one.
Candy one.
Also,
let me tell you the PV Akka's one.
Yeah, 3.
PV Akka's thing. Nipuni Akka's thing. There are lots of, it's like social interaction gone wrong.
Are you remembering anything?
I would say something like this, like Sasi said, Nipuniaki. So I think I was the only person who managed to get an entire club banned from having joint meetings because we went on a joint meeting to Mr. Calania and I annoyed the upcoming president so much that she almost tried to hit me with a slipper. So I think I set all the wrong standards in the club. So yeah, I don't know if I am the most socially active, but
and if you guys are wondering, we didn't have a joint meeting with Calania
since then.
I think maybe Japura also. I don't know.
Japura is in the other direction. It is in the other direction, it's not the annoying on the other way. I mean, but it's not us trying to challenge people into playing football. That's not
it's like this. If people challenge them, we should not be second then, okay? No one was like.
Okay. What do we say, bro? Sure.
Okay. So the next question is, who is best at giving evaluations? Not only in educational meetings, but also in real life.
I'm just Sasi, because the dude's like super wise. Like he can like evaluate something quite well and talk about it.
No, not just speech. I'd say other stuff in
Even real life,
No, speeches. We should come for meetings, right?
Listen. I'll evaluate that for you here.
Yes,
no, for the limited meetings that he gave, he evaluated well. Like on the rare occasion that he was in evaluate, I think he did it well.
Yeah.
But I think most of us knows him in like real life. When you talk to him, all the responses he gives, he evaluates it really, really well. So I would say something good. Oh, look at him blushing.
Motivational speaker.
Okay. So the Sasinidu, the one. Moving on to next one. the ninth question. Who is generally regarded as the wise in the exco?
Yes, Satin is rising. Yes.
Again,
No,
Sachin.
no, I mean, in terms of the Gavel, in terms of the Gavel, it's Aloka, Dasita, and all these people. I would say them. Like within the Gavel club, the technical issue aspects and everything.
In terms of
I think it's more
experience,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tarindi, the Aloka Tarindi, and all. So they came up with all these wonderful events. Most of them came up with all these wonderful events and carried on. So yeah,
But
They-
when
they've
it
been-
comes to digital
they've been
stuff, posts, graphics, it's
Yeah,
obviously
Gani,
Ganesh.
that's
It's like
Gani.
gold
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
so different people, different
Yeah,
talents.
they
Yeah,
have different.
different people, different talents.
different
It's a combination. Yeah,
Yeah.
problem solving. One person, technical, someone else, stuff like that.
Okay. So the combination is the thing that makes the best exco. All right. The last question. Who is the hot-tempered one in the group?
He's not here actually. So
I'd go with Aloka.
Aloka.
yeah, Aloka, yeah.
I need to clarify something. I am not hot-tempered. I do not know why people think that, but I'm not.
Malvi,
Yeah,
can you elaborate?
yes, yeah, yeah.
I think you are
Okay,
the person to answer that.
For me, it's Aloka.
Why?
Same here. I would say Aloka too.
He's thinking of Anna like
Ganeshini, you can also tell it's Aloka.
Yeah,
Come on, you
yeah.
are in the PR team. Yeah, you are in the PR team.
Wait. I didn't come mad at any of you. I mean, except Tenuka. But other than that,
That was some other reason.
Okay, I feel like
Tenuka.
Hey, why are you mad at me?
even though she does not show it, I think she gets really pissed at all us for like.
Who?
Ganeshini.
Ganeshini, yeah.
Probably
Okay,
Ganeshini. Like every time we like give her a post.
Obviously annoy her
But
so.
Gane doesn't show it, right?
Ganesh
Yeah,
doesn't
she
show
doesn't
it.
show it.
Yeah, I'm not hot-tempered.
It by the expressions.
What?
And
But
Okay. So let's go with the vote then, Aloka. Like, to dump it down to you.
Aloka or
No.
Ganeshini?
Who
Who's up for
says
Aloka?
Aloka? I don't think we need another vote.
Yeah, we don't need
who says Ganeshini?
I also say
Here's the other hand as well, bro.
It's just you all, okay? It's just you.
Okay, whatever.
Okay. So that was really interesting game round, and I hope you everyone enjoyed it. So now let's move on to some more interesting questions. I'll direct questions to each and every one of you. So you guys have to answer them. Let's get started. Dasita, in your own words, explain the day before Gavel Aurudu 2021. However much you remember that is.
All right. So the things that I remember. So before the day of Auridu, as you guys could expect, there was a lot of planning to be done. So me and the three vice presidents, namely Tarindi, Malvi, and Alok. No, I'm talking about wrong day. So that day, me, Aloka, Malmi, and Ganeshini. So us four were there, and since there were a lot of planning to be done, and we were planning to keep the installation as well during like past 1 week. So there were 2 events to be planned, and we went the day before, and we organized everything, and then we went out to lunch. And
Where, Mancha? Where did you go?
we went to a place in Colombo near the university.
What's the name? What's the name? Yeah, what's his lunch?
Do you want to tell the story?
Yeah, yes, Dasita. Tell the story, Dasita.
Was
Yes,
it
so that's what happened. Yeah. What?
Was it Rahumanian?
Rahumani?
Let's take it as Rahmania.
Yes, it was Rahumania.
It was Rahmania.
Totally Rahumania.
So is that
Yeah,
it?
that's what happened.
Okay.
That's what everyone could know.
Okay. Let's move on. So next question goes to Tarindi. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Uh, can you tell the audience why the night you spent at Gavel Malmi's place after the Gavel Con was more special to you than everyone else?
Okay, so yeah, so we all knew this was coming. Um, yeah, so I mean, it was special because it was the first time that I got to spend a night with the rest of my Gavel family, and it was really fun, and there was the delicious biscuit pudding made by Malmi, and that was one part of it. And then we spent the night playing games, playing truth or dare, and singing. So it was,
Was
yeah, so
that
it
it,
was
Tarindi?
very fun.
No,
Tarun,
wait,
so what
Tarindi, was that it?
wait. One of the best abilities we've gained from Gavel from giving table topics is how to twist a topic. Like how to make sure to give another, when you get the
How to
question, you
hide.
answer it with a different thing.
So Tarun,
Yes.
what you explained was how it was special to the rest of us. Like
No,
it was
it was
special to you
special
in
to
another
me.
way.
No. That's exactly why it was special to me as well. Because like we are a family, so the reason
So,
why it was special to you is the reason why it was special to me.
so Tarindi, it was special for us, but it was more special for you. I think that's what the question is.
The
No.
specialty
It
ranking, you
was
are upper than.
equally special. It was equally special for me. I think that's the answer that I have.
Okay, so
Equally,
Tarindi,
and
you said
more.
you played games with the rest of the people. So
Yeah,
what kind of games?
yeah. So like that was truth or dare. Yeah. So that's
Shouldn't delve into details.
cards.
I remember this one
Tarindi, what
moment
happened?
where I looked.
What happened while playing in Truth or Dare?
Yeah, so like everyone here got the chance to spill their secrets. It was really entertaining. So like if I start, if I start going on, like everybody's secrets are gonna come out. So just let's start with that.
Yes. Good point.
Yeah.
Very good point. He's blackmailing us, but okay.
But fine.
Yeah, and somebody has also spilled their cup as well. Okay.
Cup of pepper juice. Ne?
So we are moving on to Malmi. Once you have suggested the Cavaliers go to Sugar Beach. What happened when you all went there?
Okay, so someone, I don't know the person, someone suggested to go to Sugar Beach. So
I remember that someone we knew, Malmi. There's no someone.
I
That's
remember
you.
the name of that someone, but that's it.
okay. So yes, I suggested to go to Sugar Beach. So we went to Mount and we went to that exact place. So me and there were another person. So we both went to the washroom while Alok, Dasit and the other people checked the menu cards. So after we came out from the washroom, these people are like preparing to like they don't want to stay there, and they have decided to go somewhere else. So I was like, why? And like the prices of the menu are really high. So yeah, it's kind of a really bad decision of me, and we moved to another place.
Okay. So moving on, Alok, back in 2019, we had a joint meeting with another prominent Gavel club in the country. At that meeting, you managed to attract two people, not one, but two of the opposite gender. Can you tell us the secret behind your success?
It's actually confidence. Like if you have the confidence, I think you can attract anyone. I think that's the answer. We'll leave it as that.
Alok, if you explain,
No.
with the
We will
story,
leave
it
it
would
as.
be better for the audience, I guess.
Machan, me, I have corona right now. I can't remember anything. So I think
Oh, shall I remember it for you? I think
you weren't there,
Sachin
Machan.
for you
You
more
weren't there,
than
Machan. Machan.
want to take a finger twist.
Uh,
Sachin is stuck.
he doesn't. He doesn't. Let's move on.
Is he not listening?
Anyone has? Does anyone
I
has anything to add?
I could go on, but I don't think we have time for it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But okay.
It's a long story. If anyone wants to know, you can ask me. I will tell anyone.
Yeah. Any person in existence.
Any person,
And,
yeah. You can
just drop us
just
a
ask
message.
me. Yeah, drop us a message.
Just drop a comment in the YouTube section and we will get that.
Yeah.
Sachin, you can at least write something there for once.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Okay. Okay. Moving on to the next person. My dear Tenuka, you are still a part of a club which you want to leave. When do you plan to leave this club?
I don't actually, now being in this club gives me a Zoom account, okay, which I practically use everywhere. So if I leave this club, I will lose access to it. And I know that after this video goes live, I will lose the Zoom account. Then I will leave the club.
So Tenuka,
Okay,
adding on
so-
to that, I think there is another person who has left the club and is still in access to the Zoom account.
Still has the Zoom account.
Well, that person is lucky because this person from that club told me if you leave, you will lose all that stuff. I think the person who left early was lucky because he was not told those things.
Yeah, I think the person who left early has confidence.
Yeah, in
Told the
in
people
the
out.
executive committee of that club.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
So, Tenuka, are there any other reasons other than the Zoom account?
Any club members, Tenuka? Somebody?
Another what do you mean? No, I don't think.
Are you staying in a club for any other person? You know, somebody whose name starts with R. Whose name starts with R? No? You don't remember anyone in the club?
No.
You want me to spell out the name?
R, I don't. No.
Okay. Let's look at R, like starting with S.
No.
Okay. I respect you, Vishal.
Thank you. That's it.
Okay. Since okay, Sasinidu is here. Sasinidu, as the former editor of the club, walk us through your contribution to the club blog.
So as you can see, you can go to the Gavel blog, and there are plenty of articles if you want to read. And there are lots of articles that have not been published, which will be published by the next editor. And yeah, that's it. Yeah.
The funniest thing about that question is that could actually be a legit question that you could ask. But when it comes to Sasinidu's case, it's a comedic question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But since no one knows about it, yeah.
How many blogs did you write, Sasinidu? I think you're all interested.
I wrote a couple, but most of the articles were written by other people.
Couple as in 1, 2 couple.
A couple means 2, I think.
Oh my god! Wow!
If you want a number.
Okay, Dasita, so we can make that question legit by this. So how did you contribute to making the Gavel UOC Valorant club?
Yeah. I was playing Valorant with some of my friends, and then Aloka joined in with Dasita, and Tenuka was playing by that time, and Ganeshini was the last person to join, and five of us are.
You forgot Tanusit. God.
Yeah.
Kollo kapana.
Eliminations are
Wait, I was
eliminations.
going there. The five of us were playing. Then Anusit came in. Anusit was playing Apex, and he came in. And now we have Rubinder and Banuko also, and Buddhima. I'm sorry.
All right. Last but not least, Ganesh Shini. You have been instrumental in creating new term which is unique to the Gavel. So, in your own words, explain the Ganesh effect and how it came to be.
I hold no responsible over this term Gane effect. It's a false thing coined by others. I show up at least 75% of the time. So
What?
yeah.
So,
I show up.
for the
I
viewers,
show up. Yeah.
for the viewers, they might don't know the meaning of Gane effect. So, can we elaborate on the word Gane effect more? What is that?
So you should not. So I'm the last person to explain this, but I'll tell it. It's Gane effect, aka Thenuka effect. Now is actually when you don't show
Yes,
up
okay.
last moment, ditching something at the last moment, just because you don't have a legit reason, but then you don't feel like going. That's the reason you just say some kind of a.
Do you remember one time there was an outing at Aloka's place and we took a meeting from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. to convince Ganeshini, and she was like, anyway, I'm going to come, and in the morning, guys, and it went on.
No, I was telling that throughout the meeting, but you guys didn't hear. So anyway, it was going to happen. That's not Gane effect. That was legit.
A bit of clarification to Ganeshini's answer. It's Gane effect, but it's currently pulled by Tenuka also. The term is Gane effect, not Tenuka effect.
No,
but it's also pulled by Tenuka now.
Name one time I did.
And when someone does it, we call it pulling a Gane.
Yeah. So Aloka and Dasita, you have a challenge from Tenuka.
Okay.
Name one time that he pull Gane effect.
Gane effect. Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Except Gavelcon. Gavelcon, I had legit reasons.
Gavelcon.
Shall I
Sasina's place, Nisha's place. When we went to book that hall, hall booking. Yeah, me, Dasita, Tarindi, and Malini had to go. It's the sergeant at arms was not there to book a hall.
And the best one is Gavelcon drama school.
That's the ultimate.
We are practicing the drama.
I think it's high time we should rename it to Thenuka effect now. Like
No. The name stays. The name stays.
The name is good.
Will be safe.
How is that fair?
Yeah, we usually
Like,
name.
you're the founder of it.
In case you pull the Gane, so you stay name.
Inventor. Yeah. Okay. So, to conclude this roasting session, so let's move on to describe these pictures and videos. Okay, our team will be sharing some photos, and I will direct those to the relevant person. He or she has to describe the moment on it. Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
I'm having a hard time breathing.
I'm concerned.
First one goes to Dasita. And also, we will go on to Dasita, then we also move on to Mali.
So I have to explain the picture.
Yeah, and also your feelings at that specific moment.
Let's not make this weird. So I'll explain the picture. So this happened in, as you can see, Gavel Surimangalle, which is the Aurudu meeting that we have organized this year. So there was an event where we had to dance with another person, presumably a girl. We made that clear that it should be a person from the opposite gender in the post that we made. So it was paper dancing. And yes, so I had to pick a partner. I picked Malvi because she was from our expo and the person that I'm close with. And yeah, we danced.
Yeah, we can see you very close, Macha.
Yes, everyone can see, I guess.
Is there any connection between this
You mean like
photo
spiritual?
and the,
No spiritual connections.
no, not spiritual connections. Is there any connection with this photo and the day before the planning this occasion?
No, nothing that I can recall. Alok, stop coughing. You have
I can think of the connection though. If you can't remember, I can remember.
better keep your connections. I think we should.
Can we like stop screen sharing it then? Oh, I'm talking. No, aren't we? Okay. So I think yeah, we have someone from another faculty, right? So and since Dasita is really close to me and like a good friend, so I chose Dasita, and yeah, that's it.
And so whoever put that photo, put this photo in the thing, in the game. Sorry, I can think of who.
So moving on to the next photo. Then, what do you have to say about this royal pose that you're posing at this moment?
I think this was at Dasita's place where Dasita told me to come to do some there for the expo or something, and all of a sudden people started singing, and I was okay, what is this happening? And I think the next moment I took a nap. This was the point where I started thinking, these people are singing, what should I do? Maybe I should take a nap. This is that part. Oh, and before we started watching Midsommar, that was the best part of it.
The most boring film.
Boring film ever.
Midsommar.
And some clarity to Teluka's pose. He did Shakespeare in school, so he was posing one of the kings from past ages.
I thought he was posing as a girl from Titanic, like probably like one of your friends' girls.
Yeah.
That could be it as well, I guess.
Like Romeo waiting for Juliet.
Juliet,
Juliet in the people who are watching the YouTube channel, YouTube video.
Okay. So the third photo is for Ganeshini. What do you have to say about this?
I don't know who gave this photo, but if they even come across me in real life, they are going to suffer. So I think this was probably this was during the physical meeting where like I had to take, I think, the Insta coverage of the event. So I was just romping around with my phone and I looked like a creepy stalker. So that's what it was. And I did not remove my hat that day because I had a bad hair day. But it was a very memorable day. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't actually photographing, she was sharing memes. Can you see?
Why does it always have to do with me and sharing?
And actually tell us something about the umbrella.
Why are you carrying the umbrella?
It's a perfect sunny day.
Some people, like the ones who gave this photo, I used that's like for self-protection. You need to have your arms up.
The umbrella is for the rain, not to vacuum people, not to vacuum people.
Like in case if there wasn't the rain and if there were like annoying people around, you need to have it anyways.
Okay. So that's about it. We are moving on to next one. That image for Tari. Oh, look at Aloka's the hairstyle that we.
I was going through her face in the past.
Yeah,
that it was an year. But look who's next to Tarin. I think that's what you should focus on. Tarin, they enjoy all this place.
We are all wearing a shirt, but only this guy is wearing tank top. And
I think Tarin should answer now. It was bad.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so it just shows us enjoying Malini's place. So there's nothing.
Some more than others.
There's nothing, I mean, that I could explain more than that. It just shows us, chilling and Aloka being creepy with this haircut.
It was a face.
Hairstyle.
Yeah, and so we're having fun. Yeah.
And even Anasith says it all.
Yeah, I think this photo was
Honestly, what are you looking at? Honestly.
Yeah, we could talk about that.
Aditya is looking at that person in tank top and Tarindi creeping with it.
I mean, it was hard to look at.
No,
So
he's looking.
I remember Anushit telling me he saw them once and never looked at them again. I remember something like that.
Yes,
and I was
yes.
start
Oh
right.
my-
Yes.
Like I saw them once, and that was it.
Yeah, I
He
thought
passed out.
I thought this is something. This is some result of something we had like had been ranked.
Macha, let's come back to the.
Mother, I think we should have to take it again.
Yeah, please that noise. Amma balaya moving.
අන්තිම පවලේ යෝග බැලුවම කොහොමද?
Yeah, yeah, but seriously, with this photo, it's kind of uncomfortable.
වඳුර දිහා ගාන එකක් දැක්කම
Can we go with another photo if it's possible?
No. This is good.
No, but
It's only
I mean,
looks.
it's
That's
kind
What
of.
photo I got there?
Yeah, okay. දුද්දි අපි ආයි ගමුනේ ගම් කියන්නේ
අනේ වෙන photo එකක් දාන්න.
No, okay.
වෙන ෆොටෝ එකක් දාන්න ඈ.
එන්න කරා යන්න.
Yeah, දිගටම කරන්නේ.
Yeah.
It's very.
දැන් මැද ටික කපමු දිගට ඊළඟ එකට අරකින් කෑල්ලක් ගමනේ.
Oh,
Could be, yeah.
yeah. Okay. So we are moving on to the next one. This one is for Dasita and Aloka.
As you can see, we are fans of nature. Yeah. We enjoy fruits and more fruits. So I think it is a very
Yes, and photography.
yeah, it's a very beautiful photographed picture.
So,
Nice.
so most of the time, Aloka, we see fruits on a plate
It's
or
a very
something.
nice photograph.
But
Yeah.
here it is a bit different. Can you explain that to us?
Yes. So what happened here was we loved fruit so much we decided to put it in a bucket. Yeah. So that what you can see is a bucket. Yeah. So it's a bucket full of fruits.
So what is the let's say what is the liquid on the bucket? Is that grape juice?
That's water. Machan, it's water. Can't you see the water? Yeah, can't you see the water?
The coloring of the water comes from the fruits. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
vegetables into it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I could take that as an answer. Okay. So moving on to the next one. This one is for also Aloka.
This right here is a violation of privacy where it's taken in a way it should have been. It's part of a story which some people thought would be fun to pause. Yeah, it's taken out of context. It should be here. I don't know why it's here, but it's here.
Tell us the context, Alok, then. If it is out
So
of context.
Aloka, can you describe what is this place and so who took the photo and something like that?
Yeah. No, the photo was taken by my dad. As you can see, it's not very well framed. I mean, it is not much rose thing. I actually took my parents on a vacation, and it was just the three of us, me, my mom, and my dad. And they all suck at photography, and I asked them to video me and stuff. So, yeah.
It's not rose, it's just a nice photo.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Okay. So moving on to the next one. This one is for Tarangi.
This photo was gifted to us by a certain individual.
I have no idea from where you got this. Okay, so all I know is that it's not supposed to be here.
So where is this Tarangi?
Yeah, so this is uni, and so it was year before last when we had Bhakti Geet at uni. I have no idea why I'm doing that. I don't actually remember. I don't remember taking this photo either. So I probably must have been laughing at something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, I really don't know how it ended up here. Yeah. So.
Okay. Moving on to the next one quickly. This one is for Mal. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Okay. I have to make an adjustment.
Can you please
Bharmi and Aloka. Aloka, what are you doing there?
No one is in it.
Look at that.
I really don't have any comments. I'm like sadly trying to get the attention of these people, but it's like in vain. Yeah.
God.
Mali, what's that pose you do?
Also, why is out of the climbing?
Okay, no, here's what.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what. So what happened here was that's Dasita and Ishani in the background, and this is Sasindu's place. So Sasindu then gone out for something, and Dasita, and there's actually a ledge on the other side. And Dasita and Ishani bet me $100 that I can't step out on the ledge. But what we didn't all notice was Malmi was redoing the whole thing, and we actually got out on the ledge. So actually there. And I remember Sasindu coming back and I'd be there, Kadu Adu, but a piece of the Mokado Karani, Marimata, Amadakuma, Ruti. So I remember something like that going on as well. But yeah, fun times.
Yeah, okay. Budima, can you play the video?
No need, right?
This is river.
One last time.
I feel sorry for Malmi in a different level.
I terribly want to have the attention.
So cute.
Okay, now it's enough.
Oh, that is the best. Okay. Since Sasindu felt a bit left out, this one is for Sasindu.
There's nothing much to explain apart from the fact that it was Valigama when we went. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll move on to the next one.
Yeah, sure. So moving on to the next one, this one is for Ganeshin.
So, how do I even start? What do I even tell?
You said Ganeshin?
Yeah,
No,
I
it's not me. He looks not me.
He looks totally different. Looks like your elder sister or someone.
This was the day that
Ganeshin in 50 years or something like that.
I think this is that moment that she in a moment that she is pissed off, something like that.
Yeah.
Take off your glasses. Let's see if it's really you.
Yeah.
That's what
Take off your glasses.
Well,
No, still no.
Give us the pose. Give us the pose.
I couldn't even see myself.
Give us the pose.
Yeah.
Can
I
be,
mean,
ne?
No.
you look drastically different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who has this picture like in their gallery? Like,
Now I have.
Okay. So moving on to
we
next
can move
one.
on to the next.
Yeah, moving on to next one.
Yeah. Oh, this is wholesome.
Should be
Other
safe.
little princess. Sorry, prince.
Malvi, why did we do that in the first place? I mean, who came with this whole idea? Guys, we should do this.
I think that's it. Another.
No. You asked
someone-
It
and
was
someone
Malvi.
thinks
Malvi.
It has sound, right?
It was
It
Malvi.
has, yeah, that's good. It doesn't have the sound that we
I
thought
mean,
of
it
anything.
have.
No, they will add.
There is a sound. There's a
You
soundtrack
can
for
voice
it.
dub it.
There's a soundtrack for it.
Or else
Something
anything
we
you can
can't hear.
sing the song.
Yeah, maybe y'all can just give the audio.
So this was, we thought of doing this Heta Dawase Veerayo Punchi Abi Tamai with that, and it went horribly wrong.
And I'm weirdly done.
Yeah, as usual.
As usual, Malvi is.
Okay. Moving on to next one since we are running out of time. Next one is for Dasi. Dasita, can you explain? Oh my god!
Yes,
That started running over. Ayyo.
So,
I'll explain what happens there. So what
Yeah.
you see is a guy who is trying to maintain his fitness. I see nothing wrong in that because like fitness is number one priority for it should be the number one priority for most of the people. So yes, as I said, just a guy who's trying to get his workout on.
So,
Yeah,
what-
so-
so my
What's this?
Middle of the road.
yeah. So my question is, you can work out at home, you can work out at a gym. So why did you choose road? as a place
So
to
it's
work.
like this. So you can't control where you work out. Like you have to
You
work out
can.
every
No,
day.
you can. You
Because
can.
so sometimes you can work out at home. Sometimes you can work out at a bar. Sometimes you can work out at a bar. At a gym.
What I saying at the yeah, if you do
Like
work out, that's
now, because I don't have a place to work out, I chose this place because you have to keep track of your
Acha,
time.
what's this place, Macha? Where it is in front of?
I have no idea. It's a road, I guess. It's some road.
Some road.
Some
Okay.
road.
Bro, do you wear glasses or while also doing the workout?
Am I? Yeah, I do. Because I can't see properly. Otherwise, I'd trip and fall. So I do wear my glasses all the time.
Yeah, okay. So yeah. Okay, so we satisfied with your answer. So moving on to the next one, we are going back again to Tarin.
This is the same post that Shashini Shadi puts on.
Okay, I don't know from where on earth you guys got these. Is it from Tenuka? Yeah, no, probably. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, so I don't have anything to say about this. Yeah, it was after uni, and
Why are you looking at Tarin?
I'm just looking at my friend who's next.
Friend.
The
Yeah.
Friend from the area photo.
It's the same
No,
thing.
no. A female friend who's from my batch, and we went to I think it was Domino's. No, I think it's Dino. Yeah, for somebody's birthday, and yeah. So they just I have no idea why I'm doing that though, but yeah. Okay, that's
Okay.
it.
So moving on to next one. This one is for Aloka. So Aloka, some things were revealed here. What are they?
So
I think that-
Alok, a point of caution, you can't lie because two people here are actually in the interview. Two people in this photo.
Okay. I think one of the most important things that were revealed in this is how close of friends we are going to be. I think this is the first time that I actually met Dasita and Sasindu properly. So I think our friendship started on this day. And as you have seen in this interview, how close we have become. So it was revealed on this day of how good a friend we would be. So yes, that is what was revealed.
A game was played here.
Yeah, it's called Sophie Football. No, it's called Sophie Football.
No, while playing the Sophie Football, a game was played called and some things were revealed.
I can't remember that saga.
Right. Okay.
You can go ahead if you have a.
I do remember, but like I'm a good friend, so I won't go that far because I have kept this secret for 2 years. I guess I won't be revealing it here today.
Oh,
yeah, and I don't think apart from me and Dasita, no one here knows about the secret. So yeah,
that dies with us, I guess.
Yeah, it'll die with us.
Okay. So
welcome, Aluka.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dasita. Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you, Sasindu. Yeah.
Yeah, and also Aloka. So why did you become friends with only Dasita, not with Sasin?
If you want to explain it, I might have to change my terms. Oh, we'll move on.
So I will just say this. Okay, I will just say this in a very simple manner. So in this photo, there are 2 people missing. There are 6 people that day. Okay, there's 2 people missing. These 2 people are from the opposite gender. And how the dynamic worked out was, me, Dasita, and Udita, we basically spoke, and then Sasinidu was investing his time on these other 2 individuals. So we never got the opportunity to talk that much because he was very occupied. But I think after that, when we spoke, I think we really hit it off.
You want me to be single again? So shut up, please. I was single then, so don't make me single again. So just because this is going on YouTube.
Okay. So moving on to next one quickly. This one is for Aloka, Dasita, and also Sasindu.
And also to you.
And also you.
Yeah.
I think Anusit will be the best person to explain.
Yeah.
So okay, this is a very famous place. We all know that Coconut Tree Hill. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know why Aloka wearing that sunglasses in a very dark day. Actually, it was raining.
What else we have?
Show off and
Fashionable
expensive.
person.
Yeah, expensive. He has expensive stuff, like
Expensive taste.
And I also remember there was a guy who tried to experiment something new that he hadn't have before. But
cut. Oi.
I guess we have to cut a lot of things in this session.
Maybe
If it's 40 minutes now, we've been on till 10
More
minutes.
than, yeah.
3
started
hours.
from 8:15.
3 hours.
It's almost 3 hours.
yeah, really, okay.
Yeah.
So this was Coconut Tree Hill. We went a trip to Valigama, and it was very fun.
I think this was the start of the Bro Society.
Yeah, this is the first photo. Yeah, the start of the
It's the start of something very special.
Yeah,
Very exclusive.
elite club. And this was, I think, a couple of days before the new exco was appointed. Soon after this trip, Dasita became president, Aloka VP, and Anusit, who we asked him a lot, even in this trip, even at like 10 at night, we asked him because at 12 midnight, the registration closes and he still didn't go for it. So that was one of the most important things. And Dasita became president. And Minura is there, who's actually a close friend of Tarindi and who sponsored us for the entire trip.
Yeah.
And who sponsored us.
We also found out that Tarindi will have to go a long way.
Yeah.
From Colombo
To meet a friend.
Yeah. And also
it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. And this was also in the middle of the pandemic, the first wave, as I think, end of the first wave. So yeah, this was very memorable trip. Okay, moving on to the last one. This one goes for our former president.
nice post, madam.
There's an art. If you can Google it, it's called Birth of Venus.
Birth of president at Target.
Okay, so this photo was also taken at Valigama in the Coconut Tree Hill. So the reason that I don't have my shirt on is because it was raining heavily that day. And it was the same reason that we didn't have our shirts on the last photo as well. And someone told me that I couldn't get on that rock. And to be honest, it was a really hard rock to get on top of because it was very slippery and it was raining as well. And yes, I think I explained the photo.
That explains your post.
Yes, that's the big challenge.
Yes, I was trying to balance myself.
Yeah.
I was going to trip.
And Dasita wanted proof hence the photo.
Yes. And Aloka took a very nice photo of myself. I'm really proud. I'm really proud of the journey he has come so far. Like photos with this and to the photos that he takes now.
Okay, so thank you guys for sharing. The roller coaster of frosting has come to the destination. So I would like to hand over to Ishani.
Yes.
Yeah, I come. Okay, so thank you guys for sharing those lovely memories. The roller coaster of frosting has come to its destination. So I would like to hand over the proceedings to Teshani. Over to you.
Thank you, Anusit. But the roasting party is not over yet. We have a few more. So let's direct these to my fellow moderator, Anusit Helmala. Okay, so let's move on to the first one that we have. Yes, Aloka and Anusit. Why not explain this?
Where is this?
We accept everyone in this class.
I didn't see this coming.
Yes, I mean, there are surprises, but you have to answer now because this is like everybody wants to know what this is and where this was, what's happening in this.
Yeah, this was in Greenwich, as everyone can remember, and this was just two guys, and that's it.
It's called bromance, Tishan.
Yeah,
You know about it.
No, I think we need some more information on this. Do you guys want more information or not?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yes, see, I think they all want to hear.
Okay. So if you want more information, Teshani, you have to ask questions.
Yes, Anusit. So why did you decide to hold Aloka in this way?
Let me explain the situation. Okay, what happened was the people you see in front of you selfishly sat everywhere else and didn't keep me in space to sit anywhere. And Anusit selflessly said, "Aloka, you can sit with me," and that's what you see here. It's just
sit with me or sit on you.
By the hands.
No,
it was support, okay. It support. Can't you see?
Okay, Alok.
You should come to see this stuff. You can come.
Alok, so what Anusit said was sit with me or sit on me.
I am not sitting on him, Machan. I'm sitting in front of him and laying on him, Machan. That's the difference, Machan.
In front of me, just leading back.
Machan, clean your specs a bit more. I think it's a bit foggy.
Okay, thanks for that, Machang. I will definitely clean my specs and look at this photo again.
Yeah, and also like back then, like everybody was close enough to stay like this. Me and Alok, we know each other back then. So
You know, that's in the Japanese army, that's called kamikaze, okay?
kamikaze means
Self-destruction.
Okay.
how that
Okay. So, yes, so Tenuku, do you want to know, like, do you want to tell us, like, how that, relates to this? And, yes, you want to, like, elaborate more?
He was referring to how close we were. Now, no one was that close at that time.
Exactly.
I guess everyone was really conversational. By being very close, I mean, he's meaning something else that I even do not know.
Okay, so
Some other relationship.
So I know Aloka before he came to Gavel. Okay, so why we can stay like?
No, you are going deeper down the rabbit hole. I think you can stop there.
We should just, change the
Yeah,
topic.
hard pass on this.
We'll just cut some of the stuff out. Cut it out. Yeah.
Okay.
So, that's
So with
it,
that,
right?
let's move on to the next pick. Anusit. And we need an explanation about this.
Well,
we can act out actually.
okay. So anyone can see my hands. No, right? It's on my back, not like this. Okay. So I wanted to take a photo with Dakshi, and then Akka also joined. So yeah, that's just a photo with my best friends. That's just it.
We are friends.
Yeah, so we are friends.
Okay. Out of the bro society,
Anyone
you want
remembers?
to them? Yeah, you want to sit Dakshi and Ramaka. Yeah, abhi tek inne boya.
Because Amata,
And you didn't take participants, right?
Akka sang for you also at the stage. You were not there.
Yeah.
I was sick.
Got to see the recording though.
I think, yes, I think you give very little context to this picture, but others would give like way more stuff about it. So I think that completes like very clear picture of information about what happened in this scenario. And moving on to another one. Honestly, you have to explain this.
That's
You can take a moment of pause to maybe gather your thoughts, and then you can start explaining this one.
Has anyone heard of this? So there's a Jataka Katha called Kusapaba, and when Kusa emerges out of the water, Papa gets very scared.
Honestly, I think you're yes, I think everyone is trying to like waiting to hear what you have to say about this.
I got nothing to say. Yeah, this is me just enjoying the mother nature with its.
I don't think that provides a sufficient explanation to this.
Okay, so this photo was taken by Aluka, and Dasita was also there. You can ask them if you want.
Yes. Yeah, thank you for letting me know.
to-
And that's it.
Okay, so
Do you really want them to speak?
yeah, just to be clear, just to be clear, you want us to talk, right?
You're digging your
He
own
clearly
grave.
said that, yes.
Okay. So what happened is this, okay? So we went to Anusit's place and Anusit was like, bro, there's this river where you can go and have a bath. Let's go. So we go to the river and okay, it's like me, Anusit, Dasita and one of Anusit's friends. We go there. And a few minutes later, Anusit says, can you see those two rocks? Okay. So like, he says this in Sinhala. He's like, Macam, but are gal deka piyana? ඒ ගල් දෙක මැදට ගියාම මචං මාර රිලැක්සේෂන් එකක් මචං එන්නේ ඒක මම අර ඔබ කරන්න ඕනේ so we were like how did you do it then I ඉඳ මම පෙන්නන්න and this is the end result of that
Yeah, and that's why I'm keeping my eyes closed.
well no
Dasita, do you want to add to that?
No, he doesn't have to add anything.
So Anusit, like that, he has this habit of taking a water bottle everywhere that he goes. So the water bottle was a bit hot when we went to the river, and he was saying, "Machang, me water bottle komari cool karaganna ona." And again, there was these two rocks, and what he said was, මේ වතුර බෝතලේ අපි අර ගල යටින් දාමු දාලා ටිකක් වෙලා තිබ්බහම වතුර බෝතලේ සීතල වෙයි. And me and Alok told it's
Yeah,
not
that's
that
simple
cold.
physics,
It won't
right?
happen.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
it won't
is
happen.
simple physics. You learn
No, it's
that
not
in
simple
level.
physics. Not getting it called is simple physics. And Anushit still went ahead with it, and it didn't get called. The story behind was that.
Just to be clear, this is like a fast-flowing river, and he wanted to put this water bottle inside and leave it unattended for like 5 to 10 minutes. So yes,
I mean, we could get a better explanation from them rather than you, Anusit. So moving on to the next one, Anusit, don't worry, we don't have a next one. So that concludes, unfortunately, that concludes the roasting session.
Okay, thank you.
So with that, I think we just had a very long but a very interesting and a very remarkable interview today with all of you. And you walked down your memory lane. At the same time, you gave us so much of insights for the listeners who are joining in about your leadership experience. And going beyond that, and the most fun part was the roasting session, if I'm not wrong, because I think the Gaveliers and the listeners who are tuning in will be able to get to know about you a lot of things that they did not know. So I'm sure that they will be surprised to find them out also. So wait to hear all the comments that they will have to say. I think you'll be surprised to find out the comments in the chat once the video is posted. But yeah, let's leave it for later. I think since we have with that, here we are remarking the end of a very amazing and an interesting interview conducted with the Executive Committee 2021 of the Gavel Club of University of Colombo. Thank you so much. Teamwork divides the task and multiplies the success. This is an important attribute of any successful team, and we are honored to have the Exco of the Gavel Club of University of Colombo 2021 as proof of this. On behalf of the other members of our Gavel Club, I would like to thank you all for the hard work and inalienable effort you all put forth for this club. Your presence here today gave us a behind-the-scene view of your incredible teamwork. So thank you so much for joining with us today, and it was really amazing to have you on board. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Teshani, for having us. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank the rest of the members of Journeyhotline for putting this together and, conducting this in a very professional manner where we were able to express our thoughts, opinions, and the tips and tricks we have for the future generations. So thank you guys, Teshani, Buddhima, Bhanuka, and everyone else.
Thank you so much, Alok, and it was definitely a pleasure to work with you and to work with all of you. I think me, as a Gavelier, and I'm sure all the members of the Gavel Club have had learned a lot of things to improve not only their public speaking career, but also their lives in general. So thank you so much for all of the takeaways, all of the advices, and all of the insights that you guys have provided. And we wish you all the best. So this is Teshani Valigamage along with Anusit Helmala signing off the Journeyhotline crew. We'd like to thank you all for joining with us on this journey. We have come to the end of this roller coaster ride, and I hope all of you have had as much as fun as we did. But stay tuned because we've got fabulous ideas coming your way. Remember, good things need to come to an end for better things to happen. Anusit?
So thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and have a good day. Make sure to catch us on season 2.